How's it going? Final round XX. We're in the winner circles here, and this is the winner circles for honor. And actually, this time I'm Scott Popular, but I'm also sitting in for SonicFox because he had to get some rest. But I'm here with the other competitors, and I'm here with his teammate. And your name is?
I'm Rikuto. I'm also a DOA player. However, since For Honor came out, I've pretty much been obsessed with it. The game is amazing so far.
Alright, that's what's up. Alright.
I'm Vroxict, and I'm here specifically just for fun.
And I'm ComatoseCW. I'm also specifically here for Honor, but I do play background in Tekken and Street Fighter.
Alright, so that's what's up. Now, let's talk about the last match. Now, I'm sorry, you guys have to hold the salt.
Yeah, we gotta hold the L.
You gotta hold the salt. But what happened? On your end, what happened? You gotta be quiet.
If I can start.
But what happened?
Well, the first game we played winners finals. SonicFox. He's just a really good player. Like I follow him on Twitter and like his progression with the game, and just actually playing him, it was two completely different things. Like, well, the character I played, which is Conqueror, and the character he plays is Peacekeeper. My character, that's a bad matchup for him, and I didn't really have any ways to like immediately open him up. And whenever I would swing, he would just be ready for it. I wasn't mixing him up enough. I'm sorry. And so he was just, I couldn't open him up. He wasn't falling for anything, and he was just playing so solid, and he just bodied me. Like, he bodied me.
Alright.
Yeah, with my character Orochi, I had zero approaching options. Zero. Anything I could approach with, he saw coming from a mile away. He would just sit. I'm a counterattack character. He wouldn't attack. So how can I counterattack? It was so simple. It was he had forced me to go for mix-ups that he would just eat.
Okay, alright. But y'all talking about this man ain't even here. Like y'all acting like he's not even on the squad.
No, he gave problems, but like his Warden was really good. I hate Warden as a character because I feel like he has the best 50-50 mix-up because he has a shoulder charge which he can hit you with, and then he can also cancel the starter frames of that shoulder rush into a throw. And so it's either, am I gonna get hit with this or am I gonna get the throw? And like, he just kept mixing me up. And but he's definitely good. Like, without a doubt. I'm not saying like in any way, shape, or form he's bad. But like, when like, I was less pressured against him as opposed to SonicFox. It's like when we got matched up and it's like, oh, Peacekeeper, I'm like, fuck. I kind of like wanted to switch.
It's okay.
It was that stressful because like it was a couple games where me and him switched because I felt like he would play Sonic better than me, and our chances were better if we just swapped. So that's why we did that in several games.
Yeah, that was not the case. My character
Clearly, obviously, it's from
when
the results.
SonicFox would play Peacekeeper against Orochi would die within like 2 combos. It was like 3 hits, boom, my health is gone. I'm bleeding out. I'm dead. When it came to his Warden, he was adapting so quick. It was normally I would dodge that shoulder rush and throw out a light, and instead of him canceling into a guard break, he would wait for it and eat me up, parry, and continuous pressure. And he was.
Alright. Now let me ask you one more question. Now, in situations where he died and you had SonicFox by himself, like it's basically 2 against 1 at that point. You should win.
No, that's not true at all.
That's not true. That's 2 against 1.
Revenge.
Okay, so the revenge.
Because it was a couple of times where Vic was he was getting 2v1 and came back, and I had like probably in that entire like both sets I think I had like my own where I like killed him and Peacekeeper. But like anybody can do that in like a 2v2. If you pop revenge, all you need is like one good hit, and especially if your life is probably like half, a little bit lower, just take one hit. Next mix up, you about to die. Alright. So you would definitely.
Yeah, and on Roshi with revenge, that's something you can be afraid of.
Okay. Alright. So that's the salt side. Tell me about the sugar.
Well, actually, with the same, it does make sense, and that's kind of the plan. SonicFox, he's younger, his reflexes are absolutely nuts. They're off the charts, right? So we decided, he plays Peacekeeper, so he's going to be the aggressor. Okay. He's going to finish his fight up as fast as possible. Warden, you got to be a little more patient. You got to play defense first, and then put on pressure, like the shoulder mix-ups, like they were saying. So we decided, all right, what's going to happen most likely in most of these matches is SonicFox is going to finish up his fight first, just through the flow of how it happens. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to stall the other guy out. and then it's going to be 2-on-1. He's going to come in with a backstab or something, and it's going to be over like that. A few times I did die, I kind of made it harder for him.
At any point, did you ever want to be the offensive? You'd be like, hey man, sorry, chill. Let me get out there and stop for a second.
Wishing and hoping. I mean, when you can get an offense going, you roll with it as long as you can.
Okay.
Against the rogue types, you don't want to spam the shoulder too much because they'll sidestep that and get you with a side attack. But you've got to know the matchup. You've got to know how far you can push it. And in most cases, it was like, okay, when they screw up and they use a slow attack and I parry it, I'm going to take the damage, but I'm not going to push it too far. I'm going to wait for SonicFox, and we're just going to end this as solid as possible. And it worked out.
And definitely, because you won. Now, with that being said, the game itself. Now, if you were explaining this game to somebody who's never played it before, what kind of game would you kind of base For Honor off of? Because like yesterday when I saw it, I said that this looks like Bushido Blade and Soul Calibur, after I thought about it a little bit more. So I'm thinking Bushido Blade and Soul Calibur. That's just me personally. What do you guys think?
One of my friends described this as some Dark Souls next level stuff.
Okay.
Like if you took Dark Souls dueling and you just added like tons of depth to it, you'd have this. But I'm actually one of the OGs who remembers Bushido Blade, so I get that reference. These not exactly one-hit kills unless you count environment, but yeah, there is a lot of that feeling to it.
All right. I agree. Dark Souls and Bushido Blade, love child.
Yeah, I agree with Dark Souls, but also I agree with the Soul Calibur. A lot of people was asking me like, what would I classify this game yesterday, and I told them I just tell them it is the most like hype, but also basic Soul Calibur without all of the extra stuff. So that's how I think of it.
Now, personally, this game, I want to say this game is definitely in the FGC. It's a fighting game, right? But if the FGC was a video game, you personally, would you be a good guy or a bad guy?
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral.
That's more fun because you're allowed to do anything you want at any time for any reason.
All right. So you played rolling natural 20s. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Good guy.
Good guy. Right.
I think I have to be like a good guy, but I have my moments.
So everybody has their good sides and their bad sides. Okay. All right. Now, to improve For Honor. Okay. To improve in For Honor as a player. Okay. Because nobody's really played it for that long. But you guys got to Grand Final, so apparently you do have some level of skill. To improve in For Honor as a beginning player, what are the basic things that people need to know?
Well, first of all, when you get killed by something that you think is cheap, like I got thrown into a geyser or I got thrown off a cliff or something, don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. There's so many people do that and it stops them from actually getting good. I mean, this is basic fighting game community 101 stuff, but it really is important here because especially with all the new players who may not necessarily be fighting game players, get into this game, just make no mistake. We're picking up people from all kinds of different communities for this.
Okay.
Like, they may not be used to FGC mentality, and they're going to have to get a thicker skin when it comes to some of this stuff because you don't have to play honorably For Honor.
All right, that's true. You don't have to be an honorable person to play this game.
You want to go for the win.
Yeah, you want to go for the win. And I see in this game, it's like there's a lot of backstabbing. Once you see the fight happen, this is like, dude, don't let him see you coming.
Yeah.
Like, just come from some angle that he doesn't see you, because I'm trying to end this as soon as possible.
Exactly.
So what do you think? What are some basic things that people need to know?
You definitely got to learn how to be defensive. Like Rikuto said, it's a very defensive meta that is For Honor right now. I would definitely go lab, parrying, guard breaking, reversing guard break. That's very important. A lot of people say guard break spin is so broken, but if you go back and watch finals, how many times have we reversed guard breaks? It took a little bit of practice, but there's nothing too hard. You don't need to grind for 80 hours to get decent at this game.
And just to finish off, they said, just notice everything you said, parrying, all that, defense. Just the mechanics, how the game works, like what you can and can't do in specific scenarios. Like for example, like my character, or just any character, if you whiff a throw, somebody with punish your throw, you can't break it. So just little things like that with punishing, just figuring things out.
Like you said that region-wise, there's a lot of people coming in and playing this game. You guys are, I want to say, you're at the top right now. But if you can look on a nation's map, or even that, the world map, right now, which region is bringing the heat in this game?
Man, you're asking an impossible question. This is so early in the game's life. You know, this is the first tournament I've ever even been to for.
Okay.
So, just based on what I've seen online, you know, I fully believe, you know, I may be a good player now, but I'm sure there are better players out there still, just
Okay.
waiting to come down from the mountains. I don't know. I just don't know.
I agree. It's too early to know. I mean, game battles are going to be starting 4v4s nationally soon. That's what we'll see. Like, I know this player from Canada who destroys me.
Every time.
Every time. Destroys me. I mean, my character is booty, but I'm not playing. I can't blame my character. You know what I mean? I'm being whipped.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, like I said, it's too hard. It's too early to tell. I don't know, like, really to say other than that. I mean, I guess if you want to get the college open food over here, and that was cool. They were actually really good.
Really solid.
They were
Exactly.
really good.
Believe it or not, they actually had some of the craziest teamwork I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Right.
And they were switching
There's
targets.
synergy.
Oh.
Nobody had better synergy than them.
I wish we had more footage of them playing.
I wish
What
they
they
would've
did was
made that
absolutely
You
crazy.
wish you-
Yeah, I wish
If
were
they
on.
like, everybody said and everybody agreed that if they had like the combat skill we had to facilitate that team synergy, they probably would
They
have won.
probably
Yeah,
will,
they-
just because of their team.
Yeah, the only thing they lacked, they just couldn't like beat us in like straight combat.
Okay.
But they had teamwork.
Yeah, like they were throwing out unsafe things or not punishing things correctly.
So basically, in a 2-on-1 situation, they're going to basically.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen two people cover each other that well.
Yes.
It was nuts.
That might be a cultural thing.
It could be.
That might be a cultural
Could
thing.
be.
Also, they're actually like really good friends in real life, so that
Okay.
helps too.
All right, so now does that help? Being really good, like knowing that like this is my boy, he gonna cover me.
Chemistry always.
Yeah, chemistry always helps. Always.
All right. Now in this tournament, it was 2v2.
Mhm.
Do you think that's gonna be the set standard, or is it gonna be 4v4, or what's gonna be the comfortable?
See, this is the interesting one because 1v1, 2v2, and 4v4 can all work. The only issue with 1v1 right now is if there are any problems with the game's balance, like if the meta is deadlocked to like 3 or 4 characters, you're going to see that more in 1v1.
Right. Okay.
But once you introduce the team element, 2v2 and 4v4, the tiers sort of flatten out a bit because, okay, sure, you might have the upper hand against this particular matchup, but what about that guy coming up from behind you who's about to throw you off a cliff? What are you going to do about him? The tiers don't matter about him when it's an instant kill.
Cliffs don't move.
Yeah, exactly.
Click don't discriminate.
They don't care.
So I think right now it feels to me like any of them can be done. I see 4v4, Dominion especially being like kind of a league environment online maybe, but 1v1 and 2v2 especially, that seems really tailored to fighting game community tournaments.
Yeah.
Right.
I personally would love to see 2v2 and 4v4 as the standard. 1v1 seems like really linear and slow, whereas 2v2 there's the option for that comeback where there's 2-on-1 or like in 4v4 where it's, you take out solo 3 people. That's
That's
that
badass.
It is. It happens a lot too. A lot more than you would think.
Oh, okay. All right. And how about you?
And I think the standard. I kind of actually want, in this kind of region, I kind of want the standard to be everything, like 1v1, 2v2, and 4v4. But I just feel like certain events it'll better facilitate certain modes, like things like here for flying around. 1v1 and 2v2 would be best, like ESL, like 4v4, strictly 4v4s like that. So that's why I feel like. So, me personally, I'm going wherever there's 2v2 or 1v1s. I don't mind 4v4s, and I can definitely do it, and I can play well in them, but I just prefer 2v2.
Now, finish the sentence and come to us. I want you to start with this. I hate it when For Honor players
Use Kensei and sidestep heavy.
What's the reason?
That's all they do.
That's it. That's the only
That's all
thing.
they do. That's all they do.
That's because he's got an inverted heavy, so when he sidesteps left, he actually swings right.
Yeah.
And it's only character in the game that has that.
Okay. It sounds like some slow down.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like all right. I hate it when For Honor players
Complaining about things that are super easy to react to.
like for was
like guard race. So it's
Okay. All right. I hate it when 400 players.
Touch Warlord.
oh shots.
I'm sorry. I know he just said complain about things that are easy to deal with, but that headbutt is not easy to deal
No,
with.
no,
not
nobody will ever say that headbutt.
you have to preemptively sidestep, and he might not even headbutt.
And then, well, see, the thing is, you can't even do that because Nomad, who plays fourth with his teammate DJ, the Noble guys, with Warden or Warlord, you can dash, and you don't have to immediately cancel the dash frames to the headbutt. You can kind of dash, and like on the last frame to the headbutt. So if they try to sidestep, you still get caught.
That's the thing with it. Like, you can do it at like the first frame of the dash, as far as I'm aware, or at least close to it.
And you can do it on the last.
And you can do it on the last.
You can
other
dash
attack,
from the react.
no other dash attack in the game has that kind of freedom.
Yep.
And the headbutt's the fastest of all those unblockable slams. So it's like, wow, that's really stacked.
Now let's talk a little bit about the aesthetic qualities of the game. Now, number one, this game looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
But there's some things that I heard you guys talk about before that need to be improved. And one of these things is local play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now why is this a good thing if they add it?
Okay, well, first of all, it would be a boon to tournaments because for an event like this, for example, how hard is it to get all these systems running with a really fast internet connection at just any old venue? It can be really rough, you know? So by putting in some form of offline play, you encourage, local competitions to actually be run without having to worry about all the logistics of that. So I think it's important for that.
All right. Anything else, or you
He
just elaborate on
literally
that?
hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, literally offline play for tournaments. Like, there's nothing. That's pretty much it. That's offline play for tournaments.
That's spectator play.
Oh yeah,
Spectator.
Yeah, I think
That is magic.
just for learning purposes, when you guys said spectator, I think the one that would be really beneficial if there was an overhead view. 'Cause, like, then I could see like how to approach this situation. Like with SonicFox, I think the best way to do is just come behind him and kick him in the back of the head. If he can't see you coming, that's a guaranteed win.
It worked a couple times. But that's where teamwork comes in. Rikuto would say, "Hey, he's coming," and I heard him. I heard him say, "Yeah, oh, he's coming for you." Then he would know to look behind him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's teamwork is very.
Communication too.
Yeah.
But that lumps in with teamwork. So
In that situation, do you think it'd be beneficial if the players were actually spaced out even further, so that way?
well,
you
I
would
think it
hear
was fine
himself?
because honestly, I mean, Vic and I. Well, I don't know because he was sitting closer to them, and I was sitting a little further, and I could hear everything Vic was saying. He could hear everything I was saying. I don't know if you guys could hear what I was saying. But I couldn't hear anything that they were saying if they were talking, but I'm presuming they were, so I couldn't hear what you guys were saying.
Did you guys hear anything I said?
I can hear a little bit, but the thing is, like, it's kind of like you can only pay attention to so many things at
Yeah.
once, and we were kind of prioritizing our own communication over yours.
Exactly.
So it wasn't that important, I guess.
Yeah, it's not really. I mean, I only heard a couple things, but I didn't really pay attention to him. The one thing I did hear clearly though, he's coming your way. And I was like, hey, watch out. He knows.
All right, now events like this, but in particular, final round. What does that mean to you?
I've been going to fighting game tournaments, for a decade now. So final round, it's one stop from many for me. But final round is always good quality. And it always has just a great amount of venue space, and it's always appreciated. So final round, it's a little bit further than I have to go normally, but every time I go, I've enjoyed myself.
For me, this is gonna have sentimental value for me further down the line, simply because this is my first fighting game tournament period. This is my first ever tournament, actually. So coming here, seeing the scene, getting up on finals, it's I don't know, it's hard to put into words. The feeling, like first time being up there.
Well, hey man, keep coming. It's gonna happen again.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely I'm really passionate about tournaments. This isn't my first fighting game tournament, but it is my first final round. I've done a lot of other tournaments from NEC, other Big E events and other things that Larry does. But final round is like second home. The FGC period is like a second home for people like us. Like we love fighting games. Like if we could do this, like 360. Well, I can't speak for them. If I could do this 365, I definitely would.
All right, well, that's what's up. All right, well, these are your For Honor finalists. SonicFox will get to you later. And that's it. X out.